So our second debate topic is AISE has adequate opportunities for student involvement. On our affirmative side, we have Eric, Salma. Who's that? Salma and Jana, Salma, and Sharif. Thank you. And then on our negative side, we have Sagab, Camille, Farah, Mohammed, and Heidi. So you ready to go? All right, affirmative side is you have 3 minutes to present your opening statement and part of your evidence. I guess I'm
Imagine a school where students have no say in any decisions being made towards them, where only the high authority like teachers and principals get to make decisions. A school where there is no student council to plan various events. Well, this is why we are here. We are here to show you how many opportunities AAS gives to students. We believe that our school gives all students opportunities to be involved and have a say in decisions being made.
Student council is a great way for kids to speak up for their ideas. And when students participate in school, it helps them to add interest and more liking to school. And then, the more involved and invested students are, the higher their grades are.
So for most of my evidence, a student from student council, she's in student council, she told us about how they do in student council and how they speak up when they have an idea and how they always let them share their opinions. And also a teacher last year, she was the head of student council, she also told me about how they act in student council and how they always share ideas and they always let them say their opinion and they always let them speak up.
all right. Negative side, you have 1 minute to ask up to 2 questions.
You don't have evidence that the student council gives opportunities to give their opinions.
They give opportunities by they make them make their choices. They take their choices. They take their ideas, and maybe they share with the principals, and maybe the principals take their decision, and sometimes, well, the ideas that then the students put in student council, like the principal says maybe it's good or not. So it's up to our decisions, and then it goes to the principal to choose which one is the best.
Do you have a second question? Okay, great. All right, negative opening statements.
Here at AIS, we're facing many issues from the teachers and to the top. But one issue we've realized recently that most students have been complaining from would be, I would like to call, the lack of opportunities. What I mean when I say the lack of opportunities, I mean that most students don't get enough opportunities. They are usually in a phase where it's unlikely for them to be kids. I'm not saying no education, let them run around. But I mean yes for education, but also let them have time where you can show them that education is possible to have a fun side. Also let them, even though our minds need to grow up and we need to act like adults and be mature, that doesn't mean we can't enjoy a bit of time doing what we like and enjoying about who we are. We still need time where we can enjoy being who we are with our friends and our age, because some people just grow up too fast. We all do. And it's not life will last forever, so we need time where we have our opportunities to speak up and say our minds. Bottom line, students need more opportunities to become something, to have fun, or someone important. Education is very important, but also is having fun and speaking up and being who you are. Doctors also recommend that if too much, if students don't have a right, or they can't speak up in the middle of class, not like scream up, but raise your hand, and they can't enjoy and have many opportunities to show people how many ideas they've got, all these ideas are just going to be trapped in their head, and it's like they're going to be scored at some point.
Okay, so affirmative side, you have 1 minute to ask 2 questions.
How do you think AS doesn't give lots of opportunities to the students, and they give, how do you think they don't give lots of opportunities to students, and they provide student council, which makes them give their opportunities of what they want to change and what they want to have?
I think that students don't get enough opportunities at school. I understand that in student councils, they do give the students opportunities, and I agree with that. But it's not only one position or one place that they give opportunities. We're sometimes, like in a different subject, we're not forced, but we're most likely to follow what the teacher says and like not say what we have in mind. Because many teachers don't agree with the fact that they think that we're still kids and that we don't have enough mature ideas, but we do. We don't have the opportunity to speak up and say what we have in mind. We're not allowed to have freedom in classes. We can't really speak up our minds. We're forced, for example, when we have to wear uniforms. I understand it's because it's a private school, and I understand because they don't want people to be put on levels, but that doesn't mean that they have to put one uniform. They can have, they can have students to set a level of what you should wear, not like one thing, but a level of what type of things you should wear.
Well, most of teachers in class, they have rules maybe because sometimes maybe they're worried about you or something, or they want you to be a good student, and they provide you lots of opportunities. It's like, for example, again in the student council, they give every student to speak and what they want to change, and they give them for example, the bake sale, they did it because they wanted it, and maybe for example the Valentine dance, they did it. So the people gave what they want, and it happened.
You are only talking about student council. It's not only about student council who have opportunities. There's other students that don't have opportunities.
Alright, so that's the question round, the cross-examination round. So we're now moving into affirmative, sharing the remainder of your evidence. You have 3 minutes.
In one of the websites that we got, most of our evidence was the facultyfocus.com. It taught us that when teachers allow kids to be more involved in school, students start to become more interested in school, and these students will likely gain more self-confidence and the school prep.
Another website that had a lot of points was www.blog.org.com. We learned that the more involved students are in school, the higher your academic grades are, because it makes students feel like they know what's going on, which makes them focus more in class.
Okay.
Actually,
when students don't get as much opportunities to express themselves, like in Bruno, I didn't have any time to express myself in comments because it doesn't let us do some stuff at iPad and stuff. And
Did negative side? Did you conclude your rebuttal?
No,
She's okay.
Not just in schools, there are so many opportunities, but there are also in other places. Some people don't have so many opportunities to do things. Like in some countries, they have freedom to speak, like freedom of speech and.
Well, like Muhammad said, they don't give a lot of options. Do I continue?
They need to share their evidence.
No, it's now their negative time to share the rest of their evidence. Thank you for your enthusiasm.
Okay. Sorry. I stayed a while. I searched up not only what different schools have been doing, but also what doctors recommend. As I mentioned earlier, most of like highly educated doctors who graduate from very high educated schools also think that if a student, no matter what the age is, if a student can't share their ideas or try to speak up or have many opportunities during school, it will not only affect their natural life, they will also be scarred by the fact that no one's going to listen to them, or they're never going to have any ideas to show, or they're going to think that they're useless or become someone different. Because if we don't get enough opportunities to say what we have in mind, then we're never going to become whatever we want to become when we grow up. Because we're always going to have the idea of we can't be who we are during the day.
As Muhammad said, we don't have a lot of opportunities in normal, but when Mr. Anna was here, she made us do whatever we want. And then we usually we do whatever we want, like get out our iPads and play. And then, like Camila said, actually there's also other opportunities outside of school that we have, but then some people, they just don't use them. And then if students actually can't share their ideas, they can just try to, like, that's what student council is for. Mr. Jeffs said we do have a lot of opportunities, and Mr. Officer says that we do have a lot of opportunities, and that's why we're here at CIS. And then, if no one's listening to you, you just have to ask. That's it.
Okay, so affirmative closing statement. 2 minutes.
We just wanted to help you all recognize how much involvement the school permits us. Staying involved helps enrich our characters by keeping us informed about what's happening. The school helps us prioritize our efforts to keep us organized. In conclusion, the school has provided us with many opportunities to stay involved. Thank you for listening.
We are saying that the students have no much opportunities in ASE. In some evidence, researchers have studied the ways in which teachers' behaves about students affect their behaviors. Some kids of different behaviors who vary in the master of. The students, the teachers give more advanced materials than other students, because the students, the teachers think the students are clever and think that they are different from the others, so they don't give other students much opportunities.
Can I add something?
Thank you. That's well done, everybody. We'll give our judges a few moments to tally up their points. Good job on doing a relatively formal debate in just over 1 week. If you think about where we were a little over a week ago with discussing ways to make our school better, to researching, having formal topics, to trying to learn some persuasive ways to speak, to having suits and everyone dressed up nicely. So, good job all of you. So, round of applause for all. I don't know if do you need a few moments to figure it out. So, there's just time to take a deep breath. Let me get the camera back. It's not.